Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. It is Wednesday, September 4th. And it's been an interesting week. It's been an interesting few days. We've seen Harry sneak into Great Britain under cover of night whatever. He was able to sneak in and attend the memorial service for his uncle by marriage, Robert Fallows, of course, married to Princess Diana's sister. So he was, despite his protestations that Britain is just far too dangerous for him to be in without his A1 status, which, by the way, how naive are you? He's getting it anyway, but beside the point. I mean, they're doing it because he is who he is. He wants it written in law, and he wants over-the-top motorcades, 8 armored cars kind of bullshit, you know? He was better than the king gets, right? But anyway, here we go. He was able to sneak into Britain to attend the memorial service. Apparently, King Charles extended an invitation for him to be able to stay. They say in some articles at Buckingham Palace, and I mean, who knows where else, but that Harry declined and instead chose to stay on the Althorp estate with his uncle, Charles Spencer, Earl of Althorp, Diana's brother, right? His mother's brother. Now, talk about a deal with the devil and an unholy alliance. I mean, Harry has, through his actions, words, and deeds, has alienated himself from the core royal family. Now, when you look at Charles Spencer, he is not a friend to Prince Charles, the royal family. Go back to, which would have happened just in real life, 27 years almost to the day, Diana's funeral. The eulogy that Charles Spencer gave, and the anger that he showed towards the royal family in that speech. And I mean, the whole world erupted in applause. It was quite something, and a terribly humiliating moment for the royal family that, quite frankly, they've never recovered from, So this is why Harry can kind of wheel in with the Spencers and, oh, you're my family. Look, they were horrible to my mother, your sister, and they're horrible to me too. And we're family. This is the kind of thing that's going on. But you have to understand, the Earl Charles Spencer, having a little bit of controversy, siding with Harry, whatever this is, if he's in the press mentioned in the same sentence as the royal family, It's a hell of a lot better than him being mentioned in the press regarding all the tawdry crap about his, what is this, his third or fourth divorce now, you know? So he's gonna take whatever press he can get, right? Charles Spencer is not a hero. He is not a champion of Diana. While she was alive, he didn't treat her that well. Her fateful last summer, had he acquiesced when she asked, she was looking for a place to be able to bring the boys. Of course, Charles has, what, Sandringham, Balmoral, no limit to places he could take the kids for holidays. Diana had no choice but to do the resorts and the this and that and rely on friends who had yachts and airplanes and to take the kids anywhere because all she had was the apartments in Kensington Palace. I mean, yeah, oh, apartments in a palace, man, all she had. But when you have two kids, you, what are you going to do? It's just the lifestyle she had at the time. Right. And she was looking. She asked her brother, Charles Spencer, Earl of Althorp, because there's a couple of homes, there's a couple of properties on the estate, and she said, can I have one of these so that I can bring the kids and we can be on the estate and they can have a nice quiet summer away from everything? And he said no because he was concerned about the press and the publicity, and are there going to be photographers there all the time or whatever. And so he refused her request, right? And then so perhaps he does harbor some guilt that because of a direct result of his decision, she ended up having to do these yacht holidays with whom she could, and the Alphiads and the end of Diana, and maybe he harbors some guilt for that. Maybe he's just so shallow that he'll take any publicity he can get, so he'll sidle up with Prince Harry. You know, who knows? It's a situation, honestly. The Earl, Charles Spencer, Earl of Althorp, is using Harry again as much as Harry is using him as a venue back in. So we might say, now, even when we talk about the whole back in situation, the things that came out in the press, of course, okay, Harry snuck in, proved he can do it without a lot of fanfare, security, or craziness, which kind of puts a needle in his whole security friggin' lawsuit stuff anyway. But and then okay, he's trying to find a way back into the royal family. Well, I've said before and I'll say it again, this isn't going to happen. William will not allow it. As much as Charles may personally forgive Harry, whatever, I don't think William's concerned with that so much that he is gonna absolutely, well, he has already put up a wall, and there's no, I mean, I can guarantee you, no matter what the press is saying, there is no way back for Harry. What is gonna happen at best? Let's, if we say Okay, make the best of a bad situation. And this is a hoot because it's going to play right into my whole time loop theory. What is going to be out of a result of Harry wanting some venue, some way back in whatever? There's going to be negotiation and there's going to be an offer to give Harry some kind of position in some far off post, some Commonwealth something or other. And they can ship him off and keep him out of the press and out of the public eye for the most part. That'll satisfy Harry's sort of I'm back in kinda sorta, and but it'll keep him away from what's really going on. But I mean, this is what I see, and if it happens, it's an absolute hit on the time loop. Go back and watch the whole playlist. What I've uncovered is amazing. But yeah, if they do offer him some kind of a compromised position, doing something or other, I mean, we know it's gonna be pretty much in name only. It's a saving face kind of situation all around. Um, Send him somewhere and just keep it all on the download. This is what they may attempt to do. This is what they did when they sent Edward and Wallace to the Bahamas. Of course, that just turned into a shit show of corruption and scandal and murder and money and oh my god, you know, and with Harry and Meghan and the kind of people they are, I mean, I think we're heading for the same kind of thing. It's incredible, but this is the thing to watch for within these negotiations. And oh, Harry wants a way back, and people are talking. And if this is true, if this is true, we may see some kind of a deal struck that they can kind of ship them off somewhere, you know. But it would satisfy at least their monetary problems at the minute because they'd be under the umbrella of the royal, the whole thing, right? And I think we're realists. We know that they're probably having huge money issues, and this is the impetus for everything right now. Meghan can't leave Harry because everything she's done is turned to crap. Um, the only thing she has is her royal title, and you know, he's not doing too well himself. This is why they need to kind of renew an association with the royal family. And I mean, best of all worlds, the best thing would be to ship him off far afield in some Commonwealth situation, give them a role and a title, and, you know, maybe that would satisfy them. At least keep them under wraps a little bit. In the meanwhile, they can sort everything else out. But within that framework, there has to be some kind of a provision for, like, well, you know what? You guys have done so much damage and you've proven traitor. We'll save face, we'll give you a role, we'll pay you off, we'll pay your bills, but you're going to be over here. And you're not going to be in the line of succession. Your kids aren't going to, you know, the titles are gone. This is, I mean, the palace has to take a hard line, and I don't think Charles is too weak. He's not going to do it. William can. William Cannon, this is what I've said all along. In over 2 years, I've been saying this, that there's going to be a moment where everything kind of unravels, and that William is going to force Charles off the throne. And I think now the whole cancer diagnosis is a really handy opportunity for this to take place, given that we know that there's conflict between how Charles feels about Harry and Meghan and how William feels about him, notwithstanding other members of the royal family. So I think we're in a time of there's going to be some real conflict. We have to kind of really watch what happens. We're seeing desperate media stabs from the Markle camp with all this Harry wants in, he wants out, his friends, and all this whole thing. So it's very interesting. And so we're gonna watch and wait and see what happens. I think we're heading for another time loop, Hip. Go ahead and watch that playlist and you'll see what I mean. I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to share this video. All of those things help this channel, and I'm just a little tiny person in the whole YouTube universe. Help me out. And we'll see you in the next one. Leave me a comment. I want to know what you're thinking. Talk to you next time. Bye for now.